Turn to Major Bart Cavendish to learn a little more about these deployments and the emotions involved. Major Cavendish is a C-130 pilot with the 130th Airlift Wing and has served in Afghanistan and Iraq several times. Major Cavendish, welcome.
Thank you.
What do you do exactly?
Actually, I'm a navigator.
You're a navigator? All right, so you tell the pilot where to go.
Usually.
How many times have you been to Afghanistan?
I've been in Afghanistan twice on 2 different rotations.
All right, and how long do you stay there when you're there?
The ones I went for were just about a little over 2 months.
Really? And Iraq?
3 tours in Iraq.
And for how long?
So, the first one was 5 months, and then the second and third ones were also 2 months.
Anna talks about, we always hear about the issue of Iraq and Afghanistan, and that's a presidential campaign, and we always hear about the issue. But we never really hear about the experience and what it's like for the soldiers who are deployed, for the families who stay behind. Mm-hmm. What is that experience like? Let's just talk about Afghanistan now since we've sent Anna there. What's the experience like? Just living there, doing the job. What's it like?
Actually, doing the job's the best part about it. That's the downtime in between missions that's really struggle to find something to do to entertain yourself.
Right.
Read a lot of books and work out a lot, but still there's not a whole lot to do in between.
That's right. What do you find you and your colleagues doing? You read a lot of books. Is there much entertainment for you? What does the military do to keep you occupied when you're not flying?
Well, they have libraries available, and sometimes some of the bigger bases will have pools if it's in the summertime, and but just a lot of people. Video games are big, so they want to take a lot of.
Really?
A lot of the new video games out.
Is that right? So that's what you do. Well, that's interesting to know that that's what you have to do when you're deployed at a base a long way away. What about your family? You're married?
I am married. I have 2 kids.
2 kids. Mm-hmm. What's it like for them? And how often do you get to contact them when you're deployed?
The first deployment, we didn't really get to have much contact. That's when the Iraq War first started. So we were pretty much under lockdown. You couldn't make any phone calls and very limited internet access. But afterwards, after things got kind of going, then we were allowed to make phone calls to the house and actually to the base, and you could get a phone patch to the house, and helped out tremendously.
Yeah, and that's got to be very, very difficult for your family. What do you say to them to assure them that this is a job, that this is okay, I'll be fine? I mean, what do you say?
Most of the time you don't even really talk about what you've been doing. You more or less just listen to what's going on at the house.
Is that right? All kinds of problems in the house, what's going on, the kids, and all of that, and kind of parenting from far away.
Right.
Very interesting.
So you're completely detached from any parenting at all. I mean, you get to talk to them on the phone and reassure them occasionally, but the parenting's done on the home front.
Will you be going back to Afghanistan anytime soon, do you know?
Not anytime soon that I know of. We're handling the obligation right now strictly with volunteers, and no future call-ups are slated that I know of.
So you don't think you'll be going to Iraq or Afghanistan again anytime soon?
Probably not.
How often do you train for these missions?
I'm usually flying up there in the evenings at least once, twice a week.
Is that right?
We have the same training requirements as our active duty counterparts, so you have to maintain a lot of training hours to keep up with the pace.
When, for instance, these soldiers who were deployed, there were many, many veterans who had been to Iraq and Afghanistan, but there are some new guys too, and this was their first deployment.
Yes.
What advice do you have for new folks?
Keep a positive attitude and always trying to find something busy to do. The worst thing you can do is to get over there and start feeling sorry for yourself, because then it's going to make for a long deployment.
When you're not with the Air National Guard, what do you do?
My civilian job is I'm an environmental inspector with the Department of Environmental Protection.
An environmental inspector, what does that do?
Regulates rules and regulations regarding surface mining.
Really? So you're at surface mines. When you're not deployed in the desert, you're up at, what, strip mining and mountaintop removal mining sites?
Yes.
Very interesting. Major Bart Cavendish, a navigator with the 130th Airlift Wing in Charleston, thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks for having me here.